Now let's start considering some reasons that NTP might not synchronize as we expected. We can determine that something's up with NTP because we can do a show NTP status command, and like we saw in the live demo before we did have a synchronization, it's going to say that we're not synchronized. Maybe we look at the time, we do a show clock, and we don't have correct time. One thing that could be going on is somewhere along the path between our NTP client and our NTP server, there might be an access control list, an ACL that's blocking NTP. Remember, NTP is its own protocol. It's using UDP port 123. We could do a series of show access list commands on each of these router hops along the way and see if NTP is being permitted. And if it's not, we could add a command much like this to say, yes, we want to permit NTP. Otherwise, that could kill our synchronization right there. Something else that could happen is that our authentication credentials don't match. And in the live demo a few moments ago, I set up NTP authentication for you. And remember that we had to specify an authentication key. We gave it a locally significant number. MD5 said that we were going to be sending a hash of that password across the network, not the password itself. By the way, MD5 is our only option there. And then we give a password. We then say that we trust a specific key number. This locally significant key number of 1 needs to match up, and then we say that we do want to do NTP authentication. This needs to be a matching configuration on the other router. Between the client and the server, this configuration needs to match, with the exception of they could use different locally significant numbers to refer to their local key. If we want to see without having to wade through all the show running config output, we could do this. We could say show run and pipe to include NTP. That way any command, like these 3 critical commands we see on screen, if any command has NTP in it, we're going to see it. That way we can zoom in just on our NTP configuration. Something else that might be going on is our time zone isn't set up correctly. We talked about how to go in and say, I belong to this time zone, and whether or not we're going to be observing daylight savings time or not. Let's go back out to the live interface for a moment, and let me show you another show command that I don't think we gave earlier, and it's simply show clock. Show clock tells me what this router's time zone is. It's currently Eastern Daylight Time because today is August the 26th, and we're currently observing daylight savings time. And you see the time, and this time is 5 hours behind R2, which I have configured using UTC time. That's a way that we can go in and see what do we currently believe our time zone to be. Are we observing daylight savings time or not? And if it's incorrect, we can give these commands that we see here on screen to correct that.